Now, live, Rockford's #1 noon newscast. 23 News at noon.
Well, Rockford's used to being near the bottom of Money Magazine's Best Places to Live list nationwide. Now, Money gets more specific. From 23 News, that's the top story for this Wednesday, June 10th, 1998. Hello and welcome to 23 News at noon. I'm Andy Gannon. Here's what's happening now at noon. Rockford is ranked last of the 24 medium-sized Midwest cities rated by Money Magazine. From 23 News, that's the top story for this hour. It's not $2.99 like last year or $300 like 2 years ago, but to find Rockford fast on Money Magazine's Places Rated list, it's still easier to turn the thing over. Money Magazine divided the country into 4 regions and separated the cities into 3 sizes based on population. Medium-sized Midwest cities, Madison is #1, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Michigan is #2, and the Akron, Ohio area is #3. Now the bottom 3 in the top 24 Midwest-sized cities: Des Moines, Iowa, Quad Cities, Iowa, and Illinois, and then, of course, Rockford, Illinois at the very bottom of this city's ranking. Magazine. He was the chief author, chief reporter on this story on Best Places to Live. Daniel, thank you for joining us. Rockford's kind of used to being at or near the bottom in this Money Magazine sample of places to live. What were some of the chief factors in this year's survey that make it a little different from past years?
Well, this year, the chief factor that helped Rockford jump its way up was its median price for a new 1,800-foot square home. The national average price for this kind of home is over $110,000, while the average price in Rockford, Illinois is $85,000.
Well, you mentioned we jumped up. We're still last of the Midwest medium-sized cities. Did we beat out some other cities that had you gone the 1 through 300 ranking, Rockford would have been higher than you're used to?
Well, we didn't conduct a 1 through 300 ranking. The whole point of this year's ranking is that each region and size category is its own ranking. And so Rockford was only compared to other medium cities in the Midwest. But in terms of its score, Rockford did better this year than last year.
How important do you think the survey of best places to live is for people or corporations or companies that may be looking to move, to expand? Is this a factor?
I think that it is a factor. Maybe not so much for corporations, but certainly for people. The survey is directed towards individuals and families.
All right, Daniel Essner, thank you for joining us and talking about Money Magazine's Best Places to Live article. And that's the topic of today's Only on 23 News telecount question. Do Money Magazine's ratings really matter? Call our Only on 23 News telecount number. That number is 966-1000. Press category 2323. If you think the ratings are important, and for community pride, for community growth, whatever reason, you think they're important, push 1. If you think they're really just not that important whatsoever to Rockford, then push number 2. And, of course, watch the results tonight on 23 News at 10. 23 News this morning anchor Rebecca Reed has been getting reaction to the 24th ranking. It's a little different this time around, but it's still on the bottom.
I guess so, Andy. People are frustrated by it, obviously. Some say that the conclusion can only have been arrived at through inaccurate reporting.
As we compare other cities with information that we know is accurate, we think Rockford just stands out in the arts and culture. So these rankings are bogus.
Okay. Thank you very much. Rockford's rating within its category, a Midwestern medium-sized city, were particularly bad in crime, culture, and in pro sports. Tonight on 23 News, we'll tell you why Rockford scored so low and more on how people are reacting.
Those are some items that if the city wants to, it could attempt to address, like pro sports and cultural events?
Absolutely, and crime certainly one of those. But we've talked to several different officials, and there could be some inconsistencies in reporting. Also, you know, you talk about the Crime Stopper station that we are, Alan Jones Crime Stopper station, and the city police have instituted plenty of programs where people are encouraged to report crime more. You know, obviously, down on ground level, the Neighborhood Watch program is getting a lot of support. Well, the more people report crime, then the more the statistics go up, and they say that they are completely accurate in their reporting. So you have a problem there, too, when it comes to being 24th in property crimes.
Well, you still want that crime reported, I would think, and dealt with. Thank you very much, Rebecca Reed. We'll hear more from your story on the 24th ranking tonight at 5 o'clock. Turning now to Aaron Wilson, 23, was this morning weathercaster, and this noon. It's getting kind of cloudy again here, isn't it?
Well, clouds come and they go, and they're kind of going right now, but they're going to come back. So they come and they go. Basically, in a nutshell and in a word, hazy and partly cloudy. Let's take a look at currently outside right now. You see a temperature of 65 degrees, and yes, the sunshine peers through at times, and when it does, it has that hazy effect. I'll have your complete storm team forecast coming up in just a bit, and looks like we're going to have to deal with the clouds for a couple more days until we have a fantastic weekend, a weekend that makes Rockford better than 24.
I'm sure. Thanks, Aaron. In other news, another shutdown because of the GM strike. A 7th assembly plant, this one in New Jersey, has closed its doors because of the parts shortage caused by the strike in Flint, Michigan. In all, in the 6-day Flint strike now has idled more than 17,000 workers. Things could be a whole lot worse for GM if there's no settlement reached in talks with the United Auto Workers soon. UAW is threatening to strike another major parts plant in Flint tomorrow. That could virtually halt all of GM's North American production. So far, the Janesville plant not affected, but time in parts are winding down. The death penalty is a possibility for 3 white men with possible ties to the Ku Klux Klan if they're convicted of dragging a black man to his death. Jasper County, Texas Sheriff Billy Rolls says authorities are trying to nail down the evidence before deciding how to prosecute the men. He says they want to seek the death penalty if they have enough evidence. He says they're looking into whether 49-year-old James Bird was still alive when he was dragged along more than 2 miles of country road behind a pickup truck. The county coroner says the remains of 2 more bodies have been found at the grain elevator that was hit by an explosion Monday in Kansas. The search will continue for 2 other people missing under the rubble and grain. 2 other men were killed. 11 others have been injured in Monday's blast, with still 2 missing. Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan calls current U.S. economic conditions the best he's seen in his 50-year career. And he's signaling today that the central bank sees no need to raise interest rates. Well, you told us at 23 News that crime is an important issue to you, so we at 23 News are committed to being your official Alan Jones Crime Stoppers news station. Crime Stoppers coordinator Rich Gambini is asking for our help in solving crimes.
Your calls to Crime Stoppers have assisted area law enforcement agencies arrest 55 individuals in the month of May. This week, Crime Stoppers need your help to locate several individuals who are wanted on felony warrants, which have been issued by the Winnebago County State's Attorney's Office. These individuals are: subject number 1, Taiwan Lavelle Rogers, is wanted for involuntary manslaughter. Rogers is a black male, 21 years old, 5 foot 8 inches tall, 160 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. He may also have a mustache. Subject number 2, Garland LaRon Fricks, is wanted for armed robbery with a handgun. Fricks is a black male, 24 years old, 5 foot 9 inches tall, 170 pounds, with a medium build, short black hair, shaved head, with brown eyes. He may have a small mustache. Suspect number 3 is wanted for predatory criminal sexual assault. He is Gabriel Lopez Rojas. Rojas is a 21-year-old Mexican male, 5 foot 2 inches tall, 160 pounds, with long black hair, brown eyes, and he may have a small goatee and a mustache. Law enforcement officials want to arrest the individuals you have just seen, and the Rockford Area Crime Stoppers program is willing to pay a cash reward of up to $1,000 for information which leads to their arrest. If information about these individuals or other felony crimes, call Crime Stoppers at 963-7867 or call toll-free 1-888-769-STOP. And remember, callers do not have to give their names.
And coming up tonight on 23 News at 5 and 10, the What Do You Do Crime Stoppers reports continue. What do you do if someone gives you counterfeit money? Alan Jones investigates in a Crime Stoppers report, Passing Phony Money. That's tonight on 23 News at 5 and 10. And also coming up for you tonight on 23 News at 5, we'll have team coverage on Rockford's ranking from Money Magazine. And we want your thoughts. How important do you feel that ranking is? That's our only on 23 News In Touch telecount question. And we also will have your 23 Storm Team forecast. And Aaron Wilson is here now to tell us that things could get a bit stormy here in the next 24 to 36 hours.
Yes, they certainly could. Starting late tonight and into tomorrow morning. Of course, we here at 23 News this morning and 23 News at noon will be here to give you the very latest details. But tomorrow looks to be a stormy day. Let's go to the current conditions right now, and you see a temperature 65 degrees. Our dew point is at 58 and humidity 78%. The winds are currently calm with a steady barometric pressure. You stay with us. I'll have your complete storm team forecast and show you some storms taking place in other parts of the U.S. when we come right back.
Live from Rockford, you're watching 23 News, people you can count on. With Andy Gannon, Aaron Wilson with your 23 Storm Team forecast, and the 23 News team.
It's the car and truck sale people wait for all year.
But it's not at a dealership.
It's under the big top in Shannon.
The Bacher Auto Group announces Customer Appreciation Day.
Over 700 vehicles to choose from.
Jeep,
Chevys,
Chrysler,
Buicks,
GMC trucks.
Dodges.
10 sales savings mean discounts up to $7,000.
The lowest finance rates of the year.
Finance reps on site for instant credit approval.
Now through Saturday.
Under the big top in Shannon.
We're saying thanks.
With huge once-a-year 10 sales savings.
Don't miss it.
Where do you go to meet someone? Been there. Done that. And that. To meet people, just pick up the phone and call the People Store. Listen to the friendly voices of men and women here in the Rockford area. Fully automated, 24 hours a day, every day. And we never charge for the call. Just call the Rockford People Store and see what's in store for you.
I want you to work the body. Yeah, and the head. You're going to crush him like a peanut. Like a little peanut. You're going to kill him.
Apparently, even a knuckle sandwich isn't a sandwich without the tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
Wait. Okay. Good boy. Do it again. Find a quick meal idea with the taste he craves at Cub Foods. And behold the power of cheese.
Good afternoon, State Line. Aaron Wilson here in the 23 Storm Team Weather Lab, where our temperature is 65 right now at the noon hour. Hoping to go up to a high today of 75, or between 73 and 75. We have the possibility of some thunderstorms. Some of those could be severe late into tonight and tomorrow. I'll have complete details in just a bit, but first, let's take a look at our first check of weather today this noon. And there you see the temperature today. Expected to go up to 75. Looks more like now it'll be 73, but 73, 75. They're pretty close, and we'll have that hazy sunshine coming through the clouds, but we could see increasing clouds as the day moves on, so that tonight we'll have mostly cloudy conditions. The possibility of a thunderstorm late, 61 for a low. Then tomorrow, your Thursday, the possibility of some severe thunderstorms and scattered showers, an 80% chance with 78 degrees for our temperature high. Well, from that we move to some tornado fatalities, and getting up there so far for 1998, 122. You see in 1997. 67 and 1996, 26. The numbers kind of go down back in the years, and now they're starting to go up. They could possibly chalk that up for El Nino. The average tornado each year, or the average tornadoes, 64. Well, from that we move to some radar shots, and what that's showing is some severe problems for the south, where severe thunderstorm watches are in effect for parts of the Carolinas. There you see those storms rolling out to the Atlantic Ocean. Also some storms developing right now over Nashville, Tennessee, an area that does not need to see any more rainfall, with roads being washed out in that area. some severe storms down that neck of the woods, and we could see some of those severe storms here in the state line as soon as tonight and into tomorrow morning. Live dual Doppler 23,000 right now showing nothing in the way of precipitation for us at the moment, but that could all change real quick. Well, from that we go to a national radar shot, and what that shows us, well, there you see the storm still taking place for parts of the south and a developing system over portions of Iowa and Nebraska moving towards the east. It's coming towards us here in the state line. We could see that late into tonight and tomorrow. The current conditions show us the low pressure and the systems down to the south there. High pressure giving comfortable conditions for parts of Canada, also comfortable conditions for the Four Corners area, and then that all changes. Your storm team forecast goes like this. For today, expect partly cloudy conditions, winds to be southeast about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and expect that sunshine to slowly disappear, going from haze to pretty soon cloudy conditions. 73 our expected high for today. Then tonight, mostly cloudy conditions, a chance of thunderstorms. Some of those could be severe. 61 will be our temperature low. Tomorrow, occasional showers and thunderstorms, about an 80% chance. Of course, you'll want to keep it tuned here to 23 for the very latest of weather details. And then for our 5-day planner, the possibility of thunderstorms again on Friday, 81 for a high. But Saturday and Sunday, looking good. Mostly sunny conditions for both of those days and temperatures in the mid-80s. And then the possibility for thunderstorms once again exists for us on Monday with a temperature of 79. So all in all, Andy, the temperatures are going up for the weekend and the sunshine is coming out. And it won't be coming out in that hazy film that we're seeing right now.
On the 2 days that matter, Saturday and Sunday.
And those are the 2 days that matter because we're living for that weekend.
All right, thanks, sir.
Yes.
Our Medical Breakthroughs report is next on 23 News at noon. And don't forget to tune into Rockford's most morning local news and weather. 23 News this morning from 5:30 to 7:30. More news tonight at 5:30 when you watch the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. Here's a preview.
Tonight here on CBS, we'll have the results of a new study that could solve a deadly medical mystery. What causes sudden infant death syndrome and how to prevent it.
Welcome to Brat Talk with Charlie Murphy. Have you ever noticed the strange magnetic power of Johnsonville brats?
We found this great little bed and breakfast, and my parents took the kids, and then...
Nice work. Johnsonville brats. It's love.
Please prepare for landing.
The incredible comfort, style, and selection of the chairs at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries are enough to knock anyone off their feet.
You may leave your chair in the fully reclined position.
He works hard all year long, so let him kick back and relax in a new recliner from Lazy Boy Furniture Gallery. Choose from hundreds of genuine Lazy Boy chairs priced to make any father proud. Right now during the Father's Day sale, so hurry in and make Dad's job a little easier.
In the last 17 years, Pete Sullivan has developed a reputation of being a tough, hard-nosed fighter for workers hurt on the job. Maybe it's because insurance companies know Pete Sullivan believes in and respects the rights of working people. Maybe it's because workers appreciate the fact that Pete Sullivan fights for every nickel they're entitled to. One thing is for certain, this reputation of being the fighter for those hurt on the job wasn't given to Pete Sullivan by anyone. He got it the old-fashioned way. He earned it. Pete Sullivan and Associates. When you hurt, we fight.
Looking for great fun and entertainment? You'll find it at Cherry Valley Golf and Games. Everyone loves the miniature golf course with its beautiful landscaping, fountains, and waterfalls. Yes! Batting machines offer every conceivable type of pitch. Kids of all ages love a thrilling ride on the Himalaya or a fun-filled ride on the bumper boats. Games and rides for kids and adults fill the arcade. It's the perfect place for birthday parties or group outings with fun for everyone at Cherry Valley Golf and Games across from Cherryvale Mall.
Well, there's no simple solution to a child who misbehaves on a regular basis. In today's Medical Breakthroughs, only on 23 News, we take a look at an age-old stress-relieving therapy that is having positive effects on some children's behavior. Julie Chen reports for 23 News.
Put your hands here, breathe in.
8-year-old Samantha Shin has been practicing yoga for the last 4 months. It's an experimental way of treating her anxiety disorder. Every week, for about an hour, she has a one-on-one session at the Goodson Parker Wellness Center, where this new form of therapy is being applied. Her dad says so far the results have been positive.
She is more even-tempered. I mean, she has her good days and bad days like all kids do.
but I would say she's more even-tempered.
Her focus in school is much different, and she's far less afraid and nervous. The anxiety level's much reduced.
Dr. Danson Parker is the founder of this Yoga for Kids program. She says practicing mind-body consciousness can also help kids with depression or attention deficit disorder, commonly called ADD.
Teaches them that they can't do it wrong. Teaches them that there's a place inside that's okay.
12-year-old Luca McNeil was diagnosed as having ADD. His mother disagreed with recommendations to put him on drugs like Ritalin. That's when she signed him up for yoga. She says after one lesson, she saw a difference.
Drastic. In a matter of a week, for the first session, we noticed a major difference in his behavior.
Makes me concentrate and makes me concentrate in school.
Since taking up yoga, Luca has made the honor roll, something he thought he'd never accomplish. And he says for the first time, he is excited about life.
Coming up, tune in to 23 News at 5 tonight for a medical breakthroughs report on a new way doctors can diagnose skin cancer. Coming up for you tonight on 23 News at 6, do you have trouble falling asleep, tossing and turning all night long and not getting enough sleep? Target 23 investigates a good night's sleep. A Target 23 report you'll see only tonight on 23 News at 6. And then tonight on 23 WIFR at 9 o'clock, tune into Chicago Hope, a critically acclaimed episode, Brain Salad Surgery. Dr. Shutt suffers a brain aneurysm and undergoes delicate brain surgery to repair the damage done. This episode features cast members performing elaborate production numbers, including the return of Mandy Patinkin, all in the hallucinatory mind of Shutt while he's in a coma. And then on 23 News at 10, we'll introduce you to Margaret Galambos, a 61-year-old mother who actually suffered a burst aneurysm. An 8-hour surgery saved her life. You'll hear her real-life story on a Target 23 report, Living with Hope, tonight on 23 News at 10. Coming up next on 23 News at noon, it's The Buzz, and the World Cup is underway. That means big things in the streets of Paris and also riots. That's next.
Some people might look at this and just see scribbles. To me, it's art. It's messy, but they have fun.
Sometimes the little things mean the most, like getting their clothes really clean with Tide and fluffy soft with Downy at Cub Foods.
I always encourage them to do their best, and I do the best I can for them.
It's beautiful. It's you.
For a hard-looking clean with a soft touch, Tide and Downy at Cub Foods.
Insight Communications has a special offer that you cannot refuse. For a limited time only, when you subscribe to our silver or gold package or take advantage of our special Showtime the Movie Channel package, you'll receive installation for only $9.95. Not only do you get all this great home entertainment and our fantastic installation special, but you'll receive a free Papa John's pizza and one free pay-per-view movie. Quality home entertainment, pizza, and a movie, it's all on us. Call Insight Communications now at 962-8091.
Hi, I'm Art Drysdale, and this is the Garden Claw. Using spades, forks, or cultivators can be back-breaking. The Garden Claw has a patented design that virtually eliminates bending and lifting. Turn the handles and the steel tines corkscrew down into all soils, even clay. It's perfect for mixing in peat and fertilizer, and it's ideal for working around plants and shrubs. The Garden Claw is backed by a 100% guarantee.
Look for this display. Available at Kmart, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Menards, and Lowe's.
Joseph A. Morrissey and Associates for your health and peace of mind. You have a right to better health. You have a right to peace of mind. You have a right to a caring attorney. With us, that's what you'll find. So fight for your rights so you can focus on what's most important to you. Joseph A. Morrissey for your health and peace of mind.
World Cup soccer opens in France, and you may or may not know this, but they're a little bit hyper about their soccer in Europe. That's part of today's buzz. Well, the opening ceremonies got underway with some 4 70-foot-tall robots slowly making their way to the famous square in Paris along the main boulevards. They were accompanied by dancers and acrobats. Tens of thousands of people lined the streets to watch the spectacle. Events were all marred, though, by clashes in the Champs-Élysées between riot police and high-spirited visiting fans. Police said 15 police officers were injured in bottle-throwing incidents. About a dozen arrests have been made, and we haven't even started games yet. The opening game is this afternoon between defending World Cup champ Brazil and Scotland. That's in Paris this afternoon. Well, your weekend forecast is coming up next on 23 News at noon. Here's a look at the latest numbers from Wall Street and the markets.
Transportation. This summer, you're going to want to choose the fastest one you can find to get to McDonald's for an extra value meal. You have plenty of choices. Juicy beef, tender chicken, delectable fish, starting at just $2.99. So hop on something quick and get to McDonald's. This month at McDonald's, try our delicious bacon double cheeseburger extra value meal for just $2.99. Did somebody say McDonald's?
Carpal tunnel syndrome. It may produce numbness or tingling in your hand, especially at night. With carpal tunnel syndrome, you might experience pain that goes up your arm and into your neck. Now, through recent medical advancements, MedChoice Medical Center can correct most carpal tunnel problems without surgery. That means no incision, no recovery time, just quicker relief. And your insurance usually covers the cost. To schedule your personal examination, call MedChoice Medical Center today at 397-4142.
Poor fella. He's been a big crybaby since he bought car insurance. You see, this guy didn't buy car insurance from Public. Then he found out that nobody beats Public for low rates. Nobody, even if you've had some tickets. And Public can cover you right over the phone. So stop whining and call 1-800-PUBLIC-9 now. It's time to be a responsible adult and call Public. Yes, it is.
Public Insurance. It's no problem.
While a doctor's life hangs in the balance.
An angiogram is the only way to locate this aneurysm.
Blood pressure's still dropping. We're losing him.
He discovers what's on the other side.
What took you so long? Am I dead?
Mandy Patinkin guest stars in this critically acclaimed episode.
Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight.
This is the Chicago Hope you've got to see to
been a lady
believe.
to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight.
All singing, all dancing. Chicago Hope, CBS tonight.
Coming up tonight on 23 News at 5, we'll have team reports on Rockford's 24th ranking from Money Magazine out of 24 medium-sized Midwest cities. And a Target 23 investigates a special Crime Stoppers report. Alan Jones' What Do You Do report, plus medical breakthroughs on skin care for sun cancer. Plus, we'll have your 23 Storm Team forecast. Off to the 23 Storm Team Weather Lab now with Aaron Wilson in the weekend forecast. Aaron?
Yes, Andy, and the weekend forecast makes us look like number one. So hear that, Money Magazine. Let's take a look at that weekend forecast, and here it is. Thunderstorms for Friday, 81 for a high, then mostly sunny conditions on Saturday and Sunday. Looking good. 84 will be our temperature high for Saturday and 86 on Sunday. So the weekend, looking good.
We'll see you tomorrow.
I want to see